Guys, welcome to the Impact Stage. We have Lukasz Foks, Senior Product Marketing Manager at Microsoft. And he's going to give a quick presentation on 5 facts about Microsoft Startups Program. And the last third, we are going to do a little AMA or question session with Lukasz. So Lukasz, welcome to Techsylvania 2020. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Trevor. And hello, everyone. I hope you had an amazing day so far. I've got a set of questions that you already asked to our Microsoft colleagues at the virtual booth. So it's great to be here and enjoy a little the event virtual this year. And I hope that very soon we'll also meet in that beautiful offline world. So my name is Lukasz Foks, and currently I'm leading the startup motion for Central and Eastern Europe on the marketing and the product marketing side. So usually I work a lot with those founders and those companies who want to explore Azure. I spent 10 years at Microsoft leading a couple of our B2C and B2B businesses, but definitely that's the most exciting topic so far. And definitely I'm happy to connect with you. And I hope that many of your companies will join our startup program. And definitely the goal of this session is to give you the heads up and all of those key details regarding our startup program and how we are partnering with B2B startups. In case you have any questions, please add those into the chat. In case you are watching the recording at the end of my talk, I would also give a couple of contacts to our teams where you could ask your questions, and definitely I'm happy to connect over LinkedIn or on Twitter. Let me start with a quote from our CEO. So definitely the most common question that we see during our chats with startups is how we see startups at the top of the company. Definitely we've been a startup like 40 years ago. And currently we see startups as our partners with whom we want to partner and help you scale across the world. And definitely there are many details to discuss, but I believe that quote is a nice summary of how we want to structure our collaboration with startups from entire world. And definitely we are partner driven from day one. Even our first product been very successful thanks to our first partner, onboarded by Bill Gates again 40 years ago. So we want to continue. Always we've been very partner focused, and then all of our products are having that partner piece. And in every country where we are present, we also see an amazing group of companies and individuals who are helping us to be much closer to those who are open to use our technologies, and definitely want to fulfill our mission, which is like the goal to empower every person and organization on the planet to achieve more. And coming back to my session, in next 20 minutes, I want to show you what's the practical side of that statement and what kind of lessons learned we've got since we started our startup programs. We had a couple, and definitely I want to focus on Microsoft startups and what we are doing currently in Europe. Let's start with the first fact. Probably you see us as a tech provider. Definitely it's great, but I want to make sure that you understand that our startup programs are also about the business and sales support. And then I believe, based on the feedback from the founders, it's what differentiates us from our competitors. And definitely, I love the quote from one of our leaders from Europe, who have said that literally, if the startup would be successful, the local Microsoft would be also successful. So we are open to help you not only with those nitty-gritty details and questions around how to use our Azure cloud, or how to connect to Dynamics, how to leverage the power of M365, but definitely want to make sure that in case you will build something on our tech, you will have the access to all of those customers to whom we are selling. And let's face it, true, we are selling to almost every company on the planet. So to give you more details under that fact and that pillar, definitely we know that the most sustainable growth for startup is simply to scale through the very big and rapidly growing customer base. And definitely we've taken that lesson from our previous programs that we've had for startups. And we want to make sure that every company who will be part of our Microsoft Startup program would have at specific moments the chance to pitch to those CXOs who are being targeted by our sales force too. And we want to help you to be ready for those conversations. And of course, we are very focused about business and sales and giving you that opportunity to knock to the doors of our customers. But we spend still a lot of time around technology, and we want to make sure that our conversation will be pretty tailored, so you will have a chance to create a kind of custom path per your needs, and we would help you with that. And definitely I will elaborate more. What's the ecosystem? What's the scope of our program? Definitely, like the most of the work is being done on the Microsoft for Startup program. We are present in several key ecosystems across the world. The program that you will see today during my session is a global thing. So no matter in case you are coming from Romania, Poland, New Zealand, US, definitely it's valid also for you. And all of those programs, all of those perks and all of those benefits, value prop that I will try to convey during my session is valid for every startup, which is like fitting the criteria that I will also cover today. And what we see that our sales force, so those account executives who are working with SMBs and biggest enterprises across the world, that more and more those conversations that we do have with those end customers are also having that startup flavor. So we want to make sure that, like, we are pitching our Microsoft Azure Cloud to our customers, we would have also the amazing opportunity to pitch on your behalf, either with you, your solution to those customers. And we see literally an increased number of those asks recently, as in that Vuelta world, more and more companies are pivoting to the digital world, and they are trying to speed up their path towards being truly obsessed about digital transformation. So probably you see that there's a partner path. So you could see Microsoft as a partner to support your business on the business and the tech side. But we are wearing multiple hats. Of course, we are doing also acquisitions, and also we are having our corporate VC arm called M12. And currently we have more than 90 the fund investments. And in case you are interested who's in our portfolio, definitely go to our sites of M12. And definitely, I'm sure that you will see our partners joining all of the startup events across the world. What kind of puzzles we have in that journey? So definitely we want to give you the access to all of our core technologies. I mentioned Azure, and I will elaborate more in the further part of my presentation. But definitely, it's not only about cloud, but it's also about Microsoft Dynamics and Microsoft M365. We are investing more and more efforts within our pilot platform space. We've got an amazing set of feedback from those citizen developers who want to be very productive in the environment, and we are constantly adding more and more features for those who are maybe not having a deep dive technical background, but they want to orchestrate also some processes. So simply also under the program, we are providing you the access to that set of technologies. And then the list of tech perks is quite long. You are aware that we acquired GitHub more than a year ago. So all of those startups who are part of the Microsoft Startup program, for example, they do have the access to the GitHub Enterprise. But that's regarding tech. And then the first fact was all about like sales and business. So our key focus is to make sure that you have that go-to-market support. And that's a kind of rich set of activities that we are driving together with startups. What's the amazing fact about that is that usually it's tailored. So we are spending a lot of time with you, with funders, or with your teams directly to try to find the program. So the offer, either perk or the way to support you, which will be, again, adjusted or targeted per that conversations that we do have with you. And I feel we are quite flexible. Definitely we want to learn also through those chats how to be more supportive for startups, and usually there is always an opportunity to start from carte blanche, from so literally full list of great ideas, and always we are trying to find the common grounds and then try to help you. And we are very mission driven. I mentioned at the beginning, for example, under Microsoft for Startups, we have a kind of dedicated cohort for social impact startups, where we are trying also to create a kind of custom and tailored path for those startups who are, for example, tackling the environmental challenges. And at the end, we want to make sure that we'll do together some change on the markets that we are both targeting. I mentioned a couple of perks, so definitely that's the first set of technologies that we are providing for those who are approved under Microsoft for Startups. You could read the names. I mentioned a couple of them, of course. We are extremely obsessed and focused about our Microsoft Azure Cloud. So we want to make sure that we would have also an amazing opportunity to help you to move to the clouds and literally unveil all of those scenarios which are most interesting. And we want to also give you the access to all of those preview features and services that we are constantly adding to our platform. And of course, the most basic thing is that you are showered with some credits that we are using to help you build the proof of concept of your solution, or to move your solution from on-prem, so from servers or from complete cloud to our cloud platform, or help your dev team to upskill and do some dev and test projects. We are also providing some enterprise grade support. So on top of all of those by default support features, startups who are part of Microsoft for Startup program are having the extended level of support. So for example, in case your CTO would have a question around how to pick the right service to build a true serverless infrastructure for your startup, definitely there's a path which you could take and quickly have a kind of one-on-one Microsoft Teams call and have a discussion about your next architectural blueprint. On the business side, we are very much tailored. That's what I mentioned at the beginning. That's why we want to work mainly with those startups who are at the end aligned with those needs that we hear from our customers. So we are quite picky who we are approving under the program, but at the end, we know that it's increasing the value and the satisfaction of those companies who are the part of the program. So usually on top of like some digital service, you will see also great individuals coming from local Microsoft offices who are going to be your supporters, your buddies, who are going to help you to go further in the funnel. I mean, to progress, to use and leverage all of the benefits that we have for you. So it's really important that definitely you would work with the amazing folks from Microsoft. We want to make sure that we will understand what kind of go-to-market support you need, and we will help you to grow with us, either have some extra visibility. Tomorrow we have our Microsoft Ignite conference, which is a global tech conference that we are having on a yearly basis, and in many of those panels would have simply startups speaking. So there are many ways how we could extend the visibility of your great company and efforts across all of those moments that we have for our customers. The most interesting thing at the end, and the practical one, is that all of our sellers are extremely interested in working with startups, because on top of discussing the for example, like cloud deployments directly with our customers, they could bring you into those conversations. And at the end, we want to make sure that they were paid for the success in case we will both win some deal. And they are literally at the end able to retire the quotas, so their goals, by reselling your solution in case you are cost ready. That's the name of the program that I will describe in a few minutes. We have also the Azure Marketplace, and I feel that's the most amazing platform for those B2B SaaS mainly focused companies, or those who are able to quickly integrate with our backend, because our end customers, even without any discussion with some human being, could use your solution in case you will be listed there. And the magic behind it, that definitely they got, for example, one invoice for using our cloud solution in your SaaS offering. And that's why we are having many conversations with startups how to integrate your solution with our marketplaces called Azure Marketplace and AppSource. And again, there are many co-marketing activities. Probably you will see on our startupsmicrosoft.com site that I will also mention at the end of my presentation, that many startups are being featured there, and you could be the next startup, which we would cover there. And at the end, we see that those committed startups are having a true access to our customers. On one side, we are very motivated to do so, but at the end, that's also your responsibility to stay focused. So how it's done in detail, and what are the steps to really have that support. So it starts with the technical conversation. So we want to make sure that you will use our technologies, and either you are planning next version of your product, either you are migrating or facing the decision to migrate to some clouds. I feel that's the right step, or the moment where we should have that conversation, because definitely for us it's the requirement. And the big part of that conversation that we do have with you is all about making sure that we'll find some great technologies that we will have on our side, and are having that connection with your needs, or could help you in those technical quests that you see for your next milestone, either for next release of your solution. Either you are, for example, moving from the MVP stage to final product, which is going to be released to the market. And definitely we want to make sure that we will sit and help you to build that on our technologies. Then that you will publish those that you will publish your solution in one of those marketplaces that I mentioned. And at the end, you will be able to add you to the global catalog of solutions. So let's imagine that, for example, account manager of the biggest bank who works for Microsoft Japan could see your profile in that catalog, and could help you open some deals. Recently, we had an amazing case where one of our colleagues, literally from Japan, called one of our startups from Russia, and been helping them to join the discussions around one of those customer needs that he spotted there. So literally, you are not alone there. Also for that part. We have thousands of account managers and category managers, industry leads, and all of the subject matter experts who are helping us to be one of those most profitable companies on the planet, and they are your advocates. And again, just to remind what I mentioned before, especially for those folks who recently joined the session, that they could literally be incentivized for selling your solution. At the end, of course, it's all about graduation. So it's a program which has a specific time frame. Of course, again, that's why I mentioned that committed startups have the access to our customers, because it's all about your focus, not only what we do on our side, but we want to make sure that once we go through that path that you could see currently on the screen, you will be simply a regular Microsoft partner, or even the customer. So at the end, you will be able to use all of those other programs that we do have as Microsoft. And the core and the heart of that effort is the Microsoft Startup Co-Sell program, where we are giving that joint sales experience. So once you are joining the program, once you are building your solution based on our technologies with our help, then we want to make sure that you will be the part of the Co-Sell program. And at the end, you will have that opportunity to talk to the customers of Microsoft from all of the countries where we are present. And the Kotel is a very important name in case you look for some stories of success. Either you will join one of our events where we are talking more about those programs. Definitely look for that one. And again, tomorrow we have Microsoft Ignite, where we'll share a couple of those success stories that we've seen recently in 2020, in definitely different world that we've seen comparing to all of the other years. So please make sure to have it on the radar. How it works at the end when it comes to scale. So of course, like working through service is a kind of one to many few perspectives. So all of our account managers are focused on the dedicated. They are having a dedicated set of the customers that they are targeting, but also they are focused on industries. So for example, if you have a solution which is targeting retail customers, that's one of our core industries that we are exploring. So for sure you could embrace and use that particular like opportunity. We have also a Ergura partner channel where we see great software integrators, where we see that also SaaS companies are very successful, that they are able to leverage all of our skilling offers, which we are providing through our partner channel, for example, for your dev teams. And again, in case you are obsessed about scaling quickly, which is of course the case for startups, I believe that the most interesting like option is to transact with us through our marketplaces, because there directly our customers could use your solution without leaving, for example, Azure Portal. Azure Portal is the site where our customers could use all of the Azure services, and again, without leaving the browser, without leaving that familiar environment that they know for cloud services, they could start the instance of your SaaS solution directly in the same window, which is quite amazing. And at the end, it's super easy from customer point of view to start the journey with some third-party solution, which is being featured in our Azure marketplace. We have a dedicated startup blog, so I tried to look for a couple of names which you could take and check. I've been quite obsessed to look for the cases which are very unique in a sense of intellectual property that is being owned by the startup. So what I'm trying to say that, for example, the discussion with CXOs from our customers has been pretty tough, but at the end, in case you have like 20 minutes, have a look on those cases. I strongly recommend the Eagle Genomics case, which is an amazing company from UK with whom we've partnered for their solution, and we've been very focused on both sides just to unlock all of those new deals. And that's a public case which you could see and read through. Then the third pillar, I mentioned the word cloud very often. So for us, it's Microsoft Azure, and currently it's a big bet for us from what kind of investments we are doing. So it's a set of more than 160 services that we run for our customers. That's a global service. Currently, we announced more than 60 Azure regions. Recently, we announced also the new data center in Poland, from where I'm coming. And we are constantly investing more efforts, more funds, more focus, more people, time to be present across all of those key geographies, and we'll continue to do so. We had the case with the startup who've been interested to expand and extend their operations to China, and we have our data centers, so they could run their solution directly from there. So at the end, we have probably all of those services that your dev team is looking for, and we are constantly investing into adding new. You see a couple of statistics here. I don't want to be too detailed just to lose the focus, and I know that we have an interesting ratio of folks who are having a business, but also we have folks who are having the technical background. But definitely those are the numbers about what we are very proud of, and definitely we want to make sure that it will be the home for every company. And again, my fab example of Visual Genomics, the company that had quite advanced solution, purely built or their custom ML models combined with an amazing IP behind their neural nets that they've been using for this solution. They also found a way how to use those prepackaged algorithms. So literally what I'm trying again to say is that we have different sets of services there. In case you are a very machine learning driven startup, probably you could simply use one of our data science VMs and run your solution on top of that VM. In case you don't have like many ML developers, or you want to use something which would be prepackaged or would be a kind of past service where you could analyze, for example, quickly a couple of images, definitely we have also those type of services. And the interesting path and interesting case for us is to how to literally find the best way to add those puzzles, and that's why we are constantly like adding you to the conversation with cloud solution architects who will like assist you and try to find the best way how to use it. I used to lead our open source like business at Microsoft, so always I'm trying to add this slide. Probably you've seen the change that we have done in the last couple of years. We are more and more open when it comes to what kind of technologies we are supporting, or either where our engineers are going and supporting those open source projects. So here you see a couple of logotypes just to raise your attention about those non-Microsoft technologies that we are supporting in the cloud. Definitely in case your dev team is coming with the non-Microsoft background, from the tech point of view, you are first-class citizens. So we are open for everyone. And again, we are constantly adding new services. We are extending the support for example, new programming languages for our services. So I'm sure that you will find something for you. And again, there are very interesting stories, like for example, even our services, Azure services, are being written by our developers in non-Microsoft languages. So, for example, our Azure Kubernetes service is written in Go. I mentioned that we are also supporting you with the tech support. So we have an amazing program called Fast Track, where we are trying to help you with adding your solution to the marketplace. We are helping you to move from your on-prem infrastructure from different cloud providers directly to Azure. And that's the program which is also eligible for all of the startups that are being part of our Microsoft for Startups program. And of course, we are not alone in sense of providing that support. And again, Techsylvania is a global conference, but I want to give the kudos to all of our key startups and partners with whom we do the magic in that part of Europe. So also I feel that's a great set of stories that you could check and do the due deal, or even ping those folks from those companies to see what's the true and how they've seen that partnership. So I feel those are our heroes that been the part of the program with whom we are very honored to work with. And in case you are a B2B startup coming from Romania, talk to folks from InnovoX. They run a set of amazing acceleration programs. We also add some supports there. We are constantly sending our folks who are mentors, who are coaching those startups, who are being part of their cohorts. And again, I know that we have many startups who are coming from all of the other countries. Definitely we have a big list of VCs, accelerators, co-working spaces we partner, so you could go to startupmicrosoft.com/partner and see whom we have in your region. And again, I understand that I try to convey a lot of details. You've seen some paths, you've seen some puzzles, you've seen perks. So you might ask, okay, so is it really easy? What's the first step? It's I feel quite easy to start. In case you want to review all of the criteria, all of those benefits, and some additional commentaries like what kind of companies we have in our program, go to startups.microsoft.com, and also you see a very handy short link where you could go through the benefits. I want to confirm that, again, like I mentioned at the beginning, we are quite picky right now because we want to make sure that we work with those startups who are very aligned to the needs that we hear from our customers. And also, that's a big responsibility, I mean, that we are taking to add you to our program. So we want to make sure that we provide something tailored. And beyond, we want to make sure that we do more with a selected number of startups. And under Microsoft for Startups program, you have to apply to it. We are reviewing your case. And also we are having the Foks today who are joining Techsylvania who could help you in that particular journey. But in case you prefer something self-paced, have that link bookmarked in your Pocket app, either favorites of your browser, and have a look and apply there. Recently, we also announced the Microsoft Learn for Startups. That's a very nice platform where your dev team, architect team could take free courses to, for example, like assess if the Azure is a good fit for those tech needs that you have. And again, we know directly from startups and from our customers that those online first times that we do have right now are also all around upskilling. So we've decided to build a rich set of learning paths, again, which are free, which are aligned with our certification paths, to make sure that in case you prefer to do the pre-work on your own, you will have a space where you would be able to play with our technical content and even use Azure without having any subscription, because we are having, for example, the Sandbox environment, which is a built-in feature under Microsoft Learn for startups. Good news is that we literally today announced a new set of trainings for folks who are interested in our tech, and those are called virtual training days. You could go there and you could register for a couple of those courses. We are providing free certification in case you will stay with us. That's the summary. And the last word that I will say: stay in touch with us. In case you have any questions, connect with my colleague Sergio Pop, who is today attending the Techsylvania. In case you are watching the recording, here is the email, and definitely bookmark that site, and I'm happy to take some questions.
Yeah, do you mind if I ask, we take a couple questions, Lucas?
Yeah, perfect, definitely.
Okay, so the first one was, from Alex, who's the right people to reach out to in regards to co-sell?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so definitely the co-sell is a kind of step within the journey that I try to convey today. So in case you would apply to the program, you would be approved, there will be a day where we will inform you how to do that step and how to be a co-sell ready startup. So I would say it's a built-in feature / experience for those who are part of the program. But in case you have any questions, what are the steps? What's required on your side? Maybe even to assess the effort before you join the program. Talk to Sergio in case you are coming from Romania, or either to me, or in case you are coming from US or another part of Europe. Don't hesitate to ask our team through startupsmicrosoft.com.
Cool. And just one more, Lucas. Thank you. From Maria. Is there some sort of limitation about the industry in which the startup is? Because she kept seeing that you target B2B businesses.
Great question. So definitely I want to confirm that currently we focus on B2B. So we do a small due deal. Once you are applying to the program, we are trying to see in case you are a true B2B startup, and then we are trying to see what kind of industry you are currently targeting. So again, like I mentioned, we are probably selling to every industry, but we are quite focused. And for us, it means retail. It means FSI, so financial companies. It means also government. And again, I would recall and repeat retail. That's a huge set of conversations that we do have, and also manufacturing.
Cool. Yeah, she says thank you too. So, man, thank you so much for your time today. It was very interesting, very informative. And if we don't have any more questions, then I think we can wrap it up. We're a little bit over here.
Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And again, we are waiting for you in the booth. So in case you have any more questions, ping me over LinkedIn. Either see you in the booth.
Yeah, and
Thank
remember,
you,
thank you. Remember, Sergiu Pop for Romania, and then there will be in their group here at Texylvania as well. So thank you guys, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Lukasz.
Take care. Bye.